Howdy friends. I am here to help you draw your Diary of a Chick cover page. So I was looking at the Diary of a Spider, Diary of a Worm, and Diary of a Fly, and I noticed that a lot of them have words just like this, where it's capital for the word diary, of a, and then whatever it is down below is also capitalized. So let's start by doing that. And if you want to do yours a little different, that's fine too. So I'm just going to start by making, you can see my letters are pretty big here. So I'm going to start by making those letters pretty big. So I'm going to do D, I, A, R, Y, of a, this is how they do it. And then for chick, do you see how it kind of wants to be kind of big? So we're going to make it kind of spread out. So C, H, I, C, K. All right, I'm going to worry about that a little bit later. And if you don't like how big they are, it's okay because we are going to be changing them a little anyway. Okay, so now you can do your chick any way you want. What I noticed was in a lot of the stories that they did, they had a picture of the animal and then the animal was holding a pencil. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do that too. If you want to do instead just a picture of an egg and a pencil next to it, or just a picture of an egg, or maybe an egg with some cracks like the chick is coming out, that's fine too. This is your story. You can do it however you want. Okay, so the first thing that I did, if you want to follow along with me, I made a little oval for the head of my chick, okay? So make yourself a little oval. And then I left a little opening here because I wanted to give mine a little mohawk. You don't have to, you can if you want. Down here, I add 2 lines for the chick's body, and then another line here, that is for the wing. Now over here, I'm going to do a line up like this, and then I'm going to be making the pencil. So you can have your pencil be as skinny or as big as you'd like, and as long or as short as you'd like. There's my line there. I'm going to make a line right next to it that's about the same. My pencil is going to be sharp. And then down here, this is kind of like that metal part. Then I have my eraser. And then over here, I'm going to want it to seem like the wing is coming around and holding the pencil. So I'm just going to go like this, almost like it's like 3 little fingers. And you'll notice I have a few things that I need to erase. I won't do that till the end. You can do it whenever you'd like. Then I bring the rest of that wing back. I can add that there. And now I can focus on the chick's face. So I did a really wide beak. You can do whatever kind of beak you'd like. Could even add in some little dots there if you want. And then for the eyes, I just did 2 circles. Okay, you guys, that looks really good. Now, the last thing that I was going to do, I added a little barn to mine because I think the setting of my story is going to be in a barn. If you want, you can add yours a different setting. Maybe you want to have the setting be at your house, or maybe you want to pretend like the setting is at school. You could draw our school there. Either one's fine. I'm just going to show you how I drew the barn. So I started with the roof. Went up, over, and then I did the same thing on the way back down. I made the roof just a little bit bigger. And then I have some lines going down, like this is the walls and the ground. And then I added in some doors. You can add some if you want. You can have your doors look however you want. For some reason, I feel like there's a lot of X's on farms, so I added one there. And then for my window up here, I added just a little bit of hay coming down. You can do whatever you want. I also made a silo. If you want to add a silo to yours, you can. You don't have to. And that one, I didn't have it go all the way to the end of the barn. And then I always think it's nice so it doesn't look like it's floating off into space. I just added something like that. So now, if you feel good about how yours looks, you can grab a Sharpie. Now, before you do, I want to give you a little trick about what I did for these letters. To make them bubble letters, all I did, I just went right around each letter, and then I erased this part. And it actually makes it seem like I have bubble letters, which is kind of cool. So if you don't want to do bubble letters, that is just fine. If you actually want to be a little bit more creative and make your own fancy kind of letters, that's great too, because this is your story and you can do it however you would like. Okay, so the other thing is, when you're getting a Sharpie out, I would suggest that you make sure to put something below, behind the piece of paper, otherwise it'll go through onto your table. And I would also say at the very end, once you're done with your Sharpie, you can erase after. It's so cool. It's just like all of those little pencil marks are gone. So I'll just show you. I have to put a piece of paper under mine too. So you could just get a Sharpie out. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can just use a marker, a black marker, or something like that. But it's pretty cool at the end. And as you are making your cover here, maybe you started a little bit of yours on a blank piece of paper, and maybe you already transferred yours over so that it is on our blank actual book. Either one is just fine. I'll show you when I'm all done.